The Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, has assured the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, that the United States will soon donate some 1.3 million Pfizer vaccines to Ghana. This is in addition to some 1.2 million Moderna vaccines received by Ghana on 4th September 2021 from the United States. The American Vice President indicated Ghana and the United States share a commitment to global health and to minimize the effect of COVID-19. She continued, quote, "The United States is proud to be a member of COVAX and the African Union and has donated more than 1.2 million doses of the Moderna vaccine to Ghana." Mrs. Harrison indicated that the meeting with the Ghanaian president, quote, "is a reaffirmation of the strength of the relationship between the United States and Ghana. And of course, we have deep historical ties or official bilateral relationship, which began in 1957. The COVID-19 vaccine rollout will continue today, starting with jabs of the AstraZeneca vaccine. This phase of the exercise is open to the general public. Quote, "Persons 18 years or older who have never received a vaccine or have received only one dose of AstraZeneca are to participate in this exercise," the Ghana Health Service said in a statement. The Moderna vaccine was expected to be part of the rollout, but the service gave no update on its use in Ghana. In March 2021, Ghana started the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines, beginning with AstraZeneca. As of September 23rd, over 1.6 million vaccine doses have been administered in Ghana, with some persons only receiving the first doses. The country has 777,750 persons fully vaccinated, which is way short of the government's target of 20 million by the end of 2021. Ghana has so far secured over 3.2 million vaccines, some of which are yet to be rolled out. In addition to the AstraZeneca jabs available, Ghana has 1.2 million Moderna vaccines and over 500,000 doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccines in waiting. The, quote, "missing and found Takoradi woman, who the police has said was, quote, never pregnant, has been offered a psychiatric care. A psychiatrist was dispatched from Accra to Takoradi on Thursday, September 23rd, to go and attend to Josephine Penny Mensah. This is because there are not many psychiatrists in Ghana and there is none stationed in the western region. On Wednesday, September 22nd, a day after she was found, she was offered a clinical psychological care. On Thursday, the next step of the care being offered her was for her to speak to a psychiatrist for examination and further steps to be taken on her case. Last week, Thursday, September 16th, Josephine Penny Mensah was reported missing. She was said to be 9 months pregnant, near her term of delivery. On Tuesday, September 21st, she was found in Axim without a pregnancy or a baby. The Ministry of Energy is working closely with the Ministry of Finance to secure a 100% import waiver on electric vehicles to the country. The initiative is to help drive the penetration of electric vehicles into the Ghanaian automobile market. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the Minister of Energy, said this at the opening of the first e-mobility conference and exhibition by the Energy Commission in partnership with the Energy Ministry in Ghana. The event, which was organized under the Drive Electric Initiative, was on the theme E-Mobility in Ghana, Opportunities and Challenges. The minister said while the talks were ongoing, they were also putting together other measures to drive further growth and the sustainable utilization of electricity. He said as part of the incentives, the Ministry of Finance would put in measures that would encourage people to move into the adoption of electric vehicles. The Lands Commission says it will on Friday, October 1st, 2021, have a one-stop verification system for all land searches conducted at the Commission. According to the Commission, reports of its all divisions will be put into one separate report. It made this known in a press statement issued on Thursday, September 23, 2021, and signed by the Executive Secretary, James E.K. Datson. Quote, the public is hereby notified that from October 1st, 2021, the Lands Commission, Greater Accra Region, will no longer issue separate search reports from its division, that is Public and Vested Land Management Division, Land Registration Division, and Survey and Mapping Division. Reports from these divisions will be consolidated into one Lands Commission search report. It explained that, quote, a search report from Lands Commission on a parcel of land provides full information relating to the parcel in a single search report instead of 3 separate reports. The Commission has thus urged the public to use its portal in making search applications. The Ghana Real Estate Developers Association says government has done nothing to address the growing housing deficit in Ghana. It contends that adequate steps have not been taken by the appropriate authorities to resolve challenges associated with accommodation in the country. Ghana's housing deficit remains the same as against the increased population of the country, which currently stands at 30.8 million. According to data from the just-ended 2021 Population and Housing Census, 1 out of every 5 of the structures listed was not fully completed. Out of the 10.7 million structures listed, 20% were metal containers, kiosks, and wooden structures, some of which serves as homes to people. The Minister of Works and Housing, Francis Asenso-Boakye, has reiterated the government's plans in solving the housing problem in the country. A dramatic image shows a house in the Canary Islands that has managed to escape lava from an erupting volcano. People on social media have dubbed the residence in La Palma a, quote, miracle house. The volcano started erupting on Sunday. More than 200 homes have been destroyed and about 6,000 people evacuated. The lava from the Cumbre Viejo volcano is still advancing, and scientists are not sure how long the eruption will last. The image by photographer Alfonso Escalaro shows the house surrounded by rivers of lava from the Cumbre Viejo volcano. is owned by a retired Danish couple, Inge and Rena Koch, who have not visited since the pandemic began, according to El Mundo. Ada Manikandam, who built the house with her husband, says she had spoken with the couple who told her, quote, "Even though we can't go now, we're relieved that it's still standing." The committee investigating the Capitol riot has issued its first subpoena of President Trump's allies, including Mark Meadows and Steve Bannon. The Democratic-led committee has demanded documents and called them to testify in mid-October. A letter written by the committee's chairman suggests they were involved in efforts to overturn the 2020 election that led to the deadly unrest. Lawmakers are after information on Mr. Trump's actions leading up to the riot. The committee's first 4 subpoenas were issued to Mr. Meadows, former White House Chief of Staff, Mr. Bannon, Mr. Trump's former advisor, former Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino, and Keshav Patel, a former Pentagon Chief of Staff. Quote, "The committee is investigating the facts, circumstances, and causes of the January 6th attack and the issues relating to the peaceful transfer of power," the committee said in a letter on Thursday. Mr. Bannon will be asked about his communication with Mr. Trump in late December and involvement in discussing plans to overturn the election, the committee said. The former Minneapolis police officer convicted of the murder of African-American man George Floyd in 2020 says he will appeal against his conviction. Derek Chauvin, who is white, says there were issues with the jury in the trial and that it should not have taken place in the U.S. state of Minneapolis. Chauvin was sentenced for 22 years in jail after kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes. His death sparked mass protest against racism and police brutality in the U.S. According to court documents filed on Thursday, Chauvin alleges that the trial judge abused his discretion at several key points of the case, including denying a request to postpone or move the hearing from Minneapolis due to pretrial publicity. The former officer said he had no legal representative for the appeal process as the Minnesota Police Department's, quote, "obligation to pay for my representation terminated upon my conviction and sentencing," the Associated Press news agency reports. The Ghana Football Association and the government have agreed to pay incoming Black Stars coach Melvin Rajovic a $100,000 sign-on fee and a monthly salary of $30,000. According to sources close to the FA, the Serbian trainer will take $5,000 more than his predecessor Charles Kwablan Akono, who spent close to 2 years as head coach of the Black Stars. Earlier reports had suggested that Rajovic would take a monthly salary of about $45,000, but information reaching Graphic Sports indicates that the GFA and the ex-Thailand trainer agreed on a $30,000 per month on a 2-year contract. The Serbian arrived in the country last Sunday ahead of the unveiling on Friday as Black Stars coach. His signing as Black Stars trainer is expected to revive the team's hope of challenging for the next African Cup of Nations in Cameroon next January. He will also be tasked to secure a 2022 FIFA World Cup qualification in Qatar after the team's poor start to the campaign. Romelu Romelu Lukaku says footballers can do more to tackle racism than just taking the knee and wants social media companies to meet with players to help combat the issue of online abuse. The Chelsea striker says the gesture alone is not enough as players are continuing to receive abuse. The 28-year-old added, quote, "We should just sit around the table and have a big meeting about it, how we can attack it straight away, not only for the men's game but also for the women's game." Premier League players have taken the knee before games in a protest against racism and discrimination since the competition restarted in June 2020 after a 3-month suspension caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Lukaku's teammate Marcos Alonso revealed earlier this week he would no longer make the gesture as he felt it was losing its impact and will instead point to the No to Racism badge on his shirt. Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha adopted a similar stance last season. Some of Ghana's best music exports have made it onto the nomination list of the 2020 edition All African Music Awards. Among them are Jackie, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Yaw Tug, Kitty, and DJ Sly. Jackie leads the Ghanaians with 3 nominations in the categories Best Female Artiste in Western Africa, Best African Collaboration, and Best Artiste Duo or Group in African R&B Soul. The country's most decorated rapper, Sarkodie, got a nod in the Best African Rapper or Lyricist category with his song Rollies and Cigars. He's competing with South Africa's Nasty C, Kosi from Cameroon, Ladipo from Nigeria, Elone from Cote d'Ivoire, and others. The rest, Yaw Tug and DJ Sly, were also nominated for Breakout Artist of the Year and Best African DJ categories, respectively. The 2021 Afrima Award nominations were released on Wednesday, September 22, 2021. It was from over 8,880 songs submitted for adjudication. It features 400 songs from artists in the 30 continental and 10 regional categories, cutting across African talents and creatives living on the continent and in the diaspora. Nollywood actress Tonto Dikeh has accused her ex-lover, Prince Popogari, of recording and keeping in his possession several sex tapes of himself with some Nigerian female celebrities he intends to use to blackmail them in a matter of time. In an Instagram post on Thursday, she also revealed that his real name is Joseph Egberi and not Prince Popogari as he claims. According to her, he has many sex tapes of every woman he has slept with, adding that one celebrity dancer, Jane Mina, who is currently married to her longtime boyfriend, is included. Quote, after listening to these leaked voice notes between Joseph Egberi, fake name Prince Popogari, and Merit, I personally called off my relationship with the man I honestly love. Now this is not enough for blackmail and lies, but it's all good. All we are asking is that you answer to the law for your illegal recording and release of my private moments, extortions, and blackmail amongst other things illegal about you.